think it's just going to be it's a big rivalry game. So obviously everyone's going to throw the kitchen sink at it. It's going to be a tough game. So hopefully we will keep the Texas Cup with us. So I'm just looking forward to be able to get back on the field and have a piece of this rivalry.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to MLR Mic Check. I'm Dani Wexelman here with Austin's Ruben de Haas. Ruben, you signed a contract with Austin earlier in May. And while you may be the new guy there, you are definitely not new to the sport. You played the last 3 seasons professionally for the Cheetahs in Free State, South Africa. You already have 17 caps for the United States, including a World Cup selection in 2019. How did the opportunity come about to play for Austin and play in Major League Rugby?
Yeah, I was in South Africa. There weren't any games with the Cheetahs while I was over at the Cheetahs, and I obviously knew if I wanted to stay in contention for the Eagles, I needed to be playing regularly and getting some time on the field. So Maggie actually messaged me quite some time back while I was in season with the Cheetahs, and he said, "Listen, if you want to come over and play with us." So I got in touch with Coach Sam and Coach G, and they said they would love to have me over. So I thought, yeah, well, why not just leave the Cheetahs a few months earlier, because there obviously weren't any games. So I just decided to come over and come to Austin and join the family.
How do you feel about all this? You seem to be excited. You have 3 matches under your belt so far, but how has it been so far for you?
It's been awesome. I like getting here. I was here I think I got here on the Thursday, and I played on the Saturday. So obviously still finding my feet a little bit, but it was good just to be able to get back on the field, get some game time under my belt. And I've just been loving my time here.
You said that you had watched a lot of Gilgroni action while in South Africa. So what stood out to you about this team?
I think just keeping up with the MLR, it's been really exciting. And I think, like we've seen over the last few weekends, every team if the team pitches up, any team can be any team. And yeah, Austin was on a 4 or 5 game winning streak, and the type of rugby they were playing looked very exciting. And yeah, it just attracted me to come over here. And yeah, we've beat New York, and then we've lost 2 on the trot. So hopefully we can get back in the winners column this weekend.
When you had a chance to meet your new teammates, what should they know about you? I know you've played a couple games with them so far, but as far as the kind of guy you are on the field, what do they need to know about you?
I love to win. I'm a competitor, and yeah, if I step over the white lines, I'll just give my best for my teammates. And yeah, I've settled in really nice here. The team culture is unbelievable. So yeah, like I said, I've been enjoying my time so much.
Obviously, you're here to make an impact. You're here to help this team go all the way. So right now, Austin is 5-5, 3rd in the Western Conference and 6th overall in the standings. What does game prep look like this week as you guys head into the Texas Cup versus Houston?
Yeah, I think it's a big week this weekend in Texas. And like I said, we've lost 2 in a row now, and obviously we'd like to get back in the winners column. So I think it's a big weekend for us this weekend. And last weekend we didn't play the best. So yeah, I think the guys will be up for it this weekend, and yeah, we really need to win.
What kind of experience do you bring in this situation? You are coming in about halfway through the season, and you're trying to get to know guys, you're trying to get to know the style of play, but what has happened, or what kind of experiences have you had in your past that are helping you in this moment to succeed and really drive this team to the finish line?
I think obviously going to the World Cup last year, it helped me a lot, just being able to be on the world stage and play against England, France, and Argentina and teams like that. So you gain a lot of just knowledge. And at the Cheetahs, I was fortunate enough to play with Ron Pinar, probably one of the best scrum half I've ever played with. So yeah, just being able to learn a lot off of that guy every day being with him. So yeah, coming into a new team, it's always just a bit like you don't want to step on anyone's toes, or you just don't want to come in and take over. So obviously, like on the field, I just try whatever game plan we have or whatever our attack plan is going into the weekend. You always just try to do it to the best of your abilities, and yeah, help the team as much as I can.
I'm going to ask you to brag about yourself for a second, which no one ever enjoys doing, but what would you say is the part of your game that you're most proud of?
Jeez, I would say just probably my kicking game. So for a 9, I guess your basics is a big part of your game, and probably the most important part of your game. So I try to be the best I can be at doing just the basics right. And I take a big pride in my kicking game, and I think it's one of my strengths.
When you look back, you're so young. When you look back just maybe a few years at how your life has kind of culminated into this moment and your future as well, you have so many great things ahead for yourself. But when you look back, are there some pivotal moments that happened while you were playing sports or just growing up, being a kid, that have kind of helped you develop into who you are? Or maybe that's a person who helped develop you into who you are today?
I think it's for me, it's more personal. It'll probably be my father. Like he played at a high level rugby back in the day in South Africa as well, and he's just been able to all his knowledge and everything he knows about a game. He's been able to just like help me. Obviously, after like I always try to be pretty hard on myself, and after games, he's pretty like honest with me, so he can help me and just say, "Listen, you can do this better, or this is where you need to work on." So I have a lot of people that I'm very fortunate enough to have coaches that also just drive me and help me with things that I'm struggling with, or yeah, if it's on or off the field. So yeah, but I'd have to say my dad has played a very big role in my rugby career.
Can you think back to your first rugby memory with your dad and
Yes.
remember what it was?
So in South Africa, obviously you play rugby from 6 years old, and obviously my dad was always at the games and stuff and watch. But I would say coming to America, I obviously stopped playing rugby for a little bit because in Arkansas they didn't have a rugby team. So he actually started a under 16 team, and then yeah he coached me. So yeah, so always was. Then he was my coach, so he was always there on the field with me, just yeah, leading me. So yeah, that's probably the first time I've actually it got pretty intense with my dad and I, and he was always there to help me, and yeah, he coached our team, so it was pretty cool.
What would you say is the best advice dad's given you? Let's do about the game and about life.
So I would just say like he's always on top of me about working hard, like putting in the hard yards during the week. So when it comes game time, you feel confident and you feel prepped enough to be positive going into the game. And for life, geez, he's giving me a lot of life lessons. But I mean, I would just I wouldn't say just there's just one, but he's just been helping me all the way. Just always make sure I'm staying positive and yeah, I would say just staying positive going into games, whatever I'm doing in the mornings or getting up, just being positive when I get up to go to work.
Where is dad and where's family now to be able to watch you play these
Uh,
matches?
my family lives in Hot Springs Village, Arkansas. So the entire family is there. So they've been coming up to the MLR games just to be able to see me before I head over to England. So it's been pretty special to be able to see them again for a few times before I head over.
Yeah, we're going to talk about those future plans in a second, but I want to talk about what's going on this Saturday. You guys play, it's the second Texas Cup. You weren't there for the first game, that rivalry. And so this Saturday, you all play Houston on their home turf, and Austin blanked Houston the first time, 26-0. So this time around, you get the opportunity to be a part of this rivalry. What are you looking forward to when it comes to Saturday?
Yeah, I think it's just going to be a big rivalry game. So obviously everyone's going to throw the kitchen sink at it. It's going to be a tough game. So hopefully we will keep the Texas Cup with us. So I'm just looking forward to be able to get back on the field and have a piece of this rivalry.
Have the guys been kind of talking it up, and have you kind of just been
Mm.
buying into this whole hype and what's going on Saturday?
Yeah, so we actually had a tough travel day yesterday. Our flights got delayed and stuff, so we only got in at like 11 last night. So they gave us the day off. We just had some like go in and get an individual workout in, and just been prepping the film from the weekend. But the guys on the plane were saying this is a big week coming up, Texas Cup. So yeah, we'll get back to work tomorrow, and I'm really excited to get in on the hype.
What do you think is going to be the key to success for Austin in beating Houston this weekend?
Yeah, I think like the game we played this weekend, we strung some good phases together, but we made too many mistakes. So for us, I think it's just keeping the ball in hand and just going through the phases and staying patient. I think we've been rushing things, trying to force offloads, and then it puts us in a bind. So I just think, yeah, just going through the phases, being clinical on attack and defense, and yeah, hopefully that will help us get the win.
For fans who are coming out to the game this weekend, maybe they're going to make the trip to Houston. I know you guys have a home game June 12th. I think that's the
Right.
last home game for Austin. But for fans who want to get to know you while you have this stint with Major League Rugby. What do they need to know about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a pretty happy guy and enjoying what I do, and I love rugby. And yeah, it's so amazing for me to be able to have fans back in the stadiums because in South Africa there's still no fans in the stadium. So I played my entire Curry Cup season without fans. So yeah, it was so amazing for me to come back to Austin, and the first game we played there was fans. So it was so entertaining, and yeah, that helped so much. So good to have them back.
As far as your future plans go, so you mentioned to me that this is a short 2-month stint with Austin. So what happens after Major League Rugby season for you?
Heading to the Saracens in London. So yeah, after I'm done with Austin, I will be going over there to England. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So
Do you feel like this opportunity here is helping you prepare for that?
yeah, for sure. So I was so worried about just getting to, even before Saracens, we have tests with the Eagles. So I was so worried that I wanted to be match fit. I wanted to be looking good, be in good shape when I get to the Eagles. So if I was in South Africa, I wouldn't have, like, there's no game. They're not playing any games, which I feel so bad for those guys because I know they would like to be playing as well. But so that's why I took the opportunity to come here and get back on the field and start playing. So I'm so fortunate enough to be able to be here and just be playing rugby.
For you, what does the opportunity to play for the Eagles mean to you?
For any rugby player to represent the country it's absolutely amazing. It's so special just to be able to put an Eagles jersey on and yeah, represent your country. It's unreal.
All right, Ruben, are you ready for some bonus points?
Yeah, let's go.
My first one for you is, as you acclimate to Austin, what would be one word you would use to describe Texas overall?
Country.
The best smile on the team.
Jeff Hassler. There's a secret behind that. It's just funny because sometimes he'll pull his two front teeth out, and it's hilarious.
That's a great secret. I love that. All right, what about one food from home from South Africa that you would bring to Austin?
Potjie course. I don't know. Yeah, it's just like a big pot that you can throw like a bunch of vegetables and meat in, and it's pretty good. But it's a big South African type of dish.
Favorite Gilgroni before joining the team,
Probably Bryce Campbell.
and why?
I've been on tour with Bryce a few times, and yeah, he's an amazing guy, and he always brings his A game on the field, and he's actually the captain here. So yeah, I think he's a great captain, a great leader, and he's just a great guy all around.
Who is the first player to reach out to you after you signed?
So it'd probably Will McGee. He just checked in and said, he just asked me am I heading over to Austin, and then I would just chat us for a little bit.
What about a sport you'd play if you weren't playing rugby?
Probably basketball.
Who's your favorite basketball team? Who's your favorite player?
I'd probably have to say the Mavericks because it's like closest to Arkansas, closest pro team. I don't really have a favorite player, but I just like to just follow the league, and the playoffs are pretty interesting. So yeah, I played basketball in high school and I enjoyed it so much. Actually, I had to stop playing because of rugby, but yeah, I played basketball in high school and I really enjoyed it.
If you could challenge one current or past NBA player to a game of horse, who would it be?
Geez. I'd probably I'd challenge LeBron.
Icon that you look up to?
Probably Ron Pinard. I was it might sound cliche, but obviously I got to spend some time with him, but just the way he showed up to work every day and just grinded, and how amazing he was on the field, but even better off the field. Yeah, it's just somebody I look up to for sure.
A favorite nickname that you have? What should fans be shouting from the stands when they want to say your name?
So most people just call me Rubes or Ruby. I don't really not really anything special or anything particular that most people call me, but yeah, just Rubes.
One thing about you that I cannot find on the internet.
Something that's big in South Africa, they call it soki. It's like a type of dance. So where I lived in South Africa, it was like a big time. So on the weekend, you can go out with your friends and stuff, and you guys can go. It's almost like a two-step. So I really enjoy doing that. So that's one part that I'm really sad about leaving South Africa, is I won't be able to do that anymore.
I want to thank you for your time, for hopping on, and good luck the rest of the season and after that as well, of course.
Thank you so much.